My name is Tyler Bird, and we did our project on global etiquette. And we use Brazil as our country. Etiquette is conventional requirements as to its social behavior, properties of conduct as established in any class or community or for any occasion. And there are many different types of etiquette. And the different types of etiquette are business etiquette, international etiquette, cultural etiquette, corporate etiquette, meeting etiquette, and dining. And a type of meeting etiquette is men shake hands when greeting one another while maintaining steady eye contact. And the women generally kiss each other, starting with the left and alternating cheeks. Types of business meeting etiquette are business appointments are required and often be scheduled on short notice. However, it's best to make them 2 and 3 weeks in advance. Confirm the meeting in writing. It's not uncommon for appointments to be canceled or changed at the last minute. In St. Pablo, it is important to arrive on time for meetings. However, in Rio de Janeiro and other cities, it is acceptable to arrive a few minutes late. Do not appear impatient if you are kept waiting. Brazilians see time as something outside their control, and the demands of relationships takes over adhering to a strict schedule. Expect to be interrupted while you're speaking or during a presentation. Avoid confrontations. Do not appear frustrated with your Brazilian colleagues. And different types of relationships and communication etiquettes are Brazilians need to know who they're doing business with before they can work with you effectively. Brazilians prefer face-to-face meetings to written communication, as it allows them to know the person with whom they are doing business with. The individual they deal with is more important than the company.
All right. How you doing, class? I'm gonna talk about some matters on global etiquette. It says matters is a term usually preceded by the word good or bad, or indicated whether or not a behavior is socially acceptable. Every culture adheres to a different set of matters, although a lot of matters are cross culture common. Matters are a subset of a social norm which are informally enforced through self-regulation and social public perform. They enable human ultra social by imposing self-restraint and compose of regular everyday actions. Some types of matters are hygiene matters, courtesy matters, and cultural norm matters. Some examples of matters are any matters which affect disease transmitted. They are likely to be taught at an early age, primarily through parenting, despite positive behavior enforcement around continuously with body fluids such as toilet training. Courtesy matters demonstrate one ability to put the interests of others before one, to display self-control and good intent for the purpose of being trusted in social interactions. Cultural norm matters typically demonstrated one's identity within a specific social cultural group. The cultural norms matters allows for the demarcation of social culture, identifies in the creation of boundaries which inform who is to be trusted or who is to be determined as others. That was some things about matters.
My name is Reginald Wright. I did the Brazilian Society and Culture. Brazilian diversity. Brazilian is a mixture of races and ethnicity, resulting in rich diversity. Slavery was abolished in 1888, creating over time a further blurring of racial lines. Unlike many other Latin American countries where there is distinct Indian populations, Brazilians have intermarried to the point that it sometimes seems almost everyone has a combination of European, American ancestors. Brazilian family values. The family is the foundation of a societal, cultural, and forms the basis of stability for most people. Families tend to be large, and extended family is quite close. The individual and social network and assistance in times of need from the family. Nepotism is considered a positive thing, since it implies the employing people when knowing and trust is of primary importance. The Brazilian class system. Despite the mixing of ethnicity, there is a class system in Brazil. Few Brazilians could be described as racist, although social discrimination on the basis of skin color is a daily occurrence. In general, people with darker brown skin are economically and socially disadvantaged. The middle and upper class often have only brief interactions with the lower class, usually maids and drivers, and etc. Class is determined by economic status and skin color. Although women make up 40% of the Brazilian workforce, they're typically found in lower paid jobs such as teaching, administrative support, and nursing. The 1988 Constitution prohibits discrimination against women, but it still exists. The one place where women are achieving equality is in the government. And this sums up our project.